Assalamu alaikum rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. We are continuing chapter number 6, heat transfer. Now let's know what is coefficient of linear expansion. So let the original length of a solid rod is L1. L1 is the original length and the temperature is T1. When the rod is being heated, its temperature is T1, and at this temperature the original length of the solid rod is L1. Now when it is heated to a temperature T2, then its length becomes L2. The solid rod expands and its length increases, and now its length is L2 at temperature T2. So when the solid rod is heated to a temperature T2, its original length, which was L1, now it is L2 due to thermal expansion. So the change in length is L2 minus L1. So it is given as L2 minus L1 equals to alpha L1, inside bracket is T2 minus T1. This is change in temperature. So this alpha equals to L2 minus L1 upon this L1, and inside the bracket is T2 minus T1. Here L2 minus L1 is change in length and T2 minus T1 is change in temperature. So now what is the coefficient of linear expansion? This alpha. This is the coefficient of linear expansion, which is equal to change in length upon original length. This is L1 is the original length into change in temperature. So what is the coefficient of linear expansion? When any solid substance is heated, or when a solid rod is heated, what happens? Due to thermal expansion, its length increases. So what is the coefficient of linear expansion? It is equal to the change in length, means L2 minus L1 upon original length, which is L1, into change in temperature, which is T2 minus T1. So here alpha is called the coefficient of linear expansion. Its SI unit is per Kelvin and other unit is per degree Celsius. SI unit is per Kelvin and other unit is per degree Celsius. Now coefficient of linear expansion depends only on the nature of the material of the rod. So this coefficient depends only on the nature of the material of the rod, and it is different for different materials because it depends only on the nature of the material of the rod. So it is different for different materials. Now that was all about linear expansion. Now superficial or area expansion of solids. So what is linear expansion? That is the increase in length. And now superficial expansion, that is increase in area, means length and breadth both. So the increase in the surface area of an object like a metal sheet on heating is called superficial or area expansion. Now what are the factors that affect the superficial or area expansion of solids? They are original area of the sheet. Now when two sheets of the same metal and different areas are heated to the same temperature, here the metal is the same and the temperature is the same, but areas are different. Then what happens? The larger sheet expands more than the smaller one. So the sheet which is more in area expands more, and the sheet which is smaller in area expands less. Therefore, larger the original area of the sheet, more is the increase in its area on heating. Now second uh, factor is increase in temperature. Now when two sheets of the same metal and also of the same area are heated to different temperatures, here metal is the same and area is also the same. But what is different here? Here temperature is different. So what happens? The sheet that is heated to higher temperature expands more than the sheet which is heated to the lower temperature. Therefore, higher the temperature, more is the increase in its area. Now, next is material of the sheet. When two sheets of the same area but of different materials like brass and iron are heated to the same temperature, here temperature is the same and area is the same, but what is different here? Here material is different. One is of brass, another is of iron. What happens? The brass sheet expands more than the iron sheet. So material also matters in expansion. So in case of linear expansion, the factors are original length of the rod, and here in case of superficial expansion, the factor is original area of the sheet, and second factor is increase in temperature in linear expansion, and the same is the factor here in case of superficial expansion, and third factor in linear expansion is material of the rod, and here also in case of superficial expansion the third factor is material of the sheet. So here this is the metal sheet and its surface area is S1 at temperature T1, and when it is heated to temperature T2 then its surface area becomes S2. There is an increase in the surface area. So now what is the change in area? Change in area is S2 minus S1. So change in area S2 minus S1 is given as S2 minus S1 equals to beta S1, and inside the bracket is T2 minus T1. So beta equals to S2 minus S1 upon S1 T2 minus T1. So what is beta? Beta is the coefficient of superficial expansion. So it is equal to change in area. Area means change in area means S2 minus S1 upon original area. Original area is S1 into change in temperature, that is T2 minus T1. So here beta is called the coefficient of superficial expansion or area expansion, and its SI unit is per Kelvin and other unit is per degree Celsius. It is also different for different solids. Now cubical or volume expansion of solids. Now what is cubical or volume expansion? Increase in the volume of an object, length, breadth, height, all the three. Like a block on heating is called cubical or volume expansion. So when the volume of an object increases on heating, this is called cubical or volume expansion. Now what are the factors affecting the cubical or volume expansion of solids? Number one is original volume of the object, like original length and original area. Here also the factor is original volume of the object. When two objects of the same metal but of different volumes are heated to the same temperature, temperature is same and metal is same, but what is different here? Volume is different. So what happens? The object having larger volume expands more than the object having smaller volume. Therefore, larger the original volume of the object, more is the increase in its volume on heating. Now next is increase in temperature, same as we have done in case of linear expansion and superficial expansion. When two objects of the same metal, also of the same volume, are heated to different temperatures, here volume is the same, metal is the same, but temperatures are different. What happens? The object that is heated to higher temperature expands more than the other object. Therefore, higher the temperature, more is the increase in its volume. Now, third factor is The same as we have done in case of linear and superficial expansions, that is the material of the object when two objects of the same volume but of different materials like brass and invar are heated to the same temperature, brass object expands more than the invar object. Now what is the coefficient of cubical or volume expansion? Let V1 be the volume of a metallic object at temperature T1. Here the original volume is V1, temperature is T1, but when it is heated to the temperature T2, what happens? The volume increases. Now it becomes V2, same as we have done earlier. So what is the change in volume? The change in volume is V2 minus V1, which is equal to gamma V1 in bracket T2 minus T1. So gamma equals to V2 minus V1 upon V1 T2 minus T1. So the here gamma is the coefficient of cubical expansion, which is equal to change in volume. Change in volume means V2 minus V1 upon original volume, that is V1, into change in temperature, that is T2 minus T1. So gamma is the coefficient of cubical or volume expansion, and its SI unit is per Kelvin and other unit is per degree Celsius, and it is also different for different materials. Now what is the relation between alpha, beta and gamma? As we know that the coefficient of linear expansion is alpha and the coefficient of superficial expansion is beta and the coefficient of cubical expansion is gamma. So they all are related to one another. How they are related? Here beta equals to twice alpha and gamma equals to thrice alpha, and or alpha equals to beta upon 2 equals to gamma upon 3. So alpha is to beta is to gamma equals to 1 is to 2 is to 3. This is the relation between alpha, beta and gamma. Now the practical applications of thermal expansion of solids. Now we know that a small gap is left between the iron rails and railway tracks. Now what is the reason behind that? Why is a small gap left between the iron rails and railway tracks? Now the railway tracks are made of many sections of steel joined together. We know that the railway tracks are made up of many sections and they are, which are joined together. So each section is called rail. When the rails are joined, a small gap is left in between them. Why is the small gap left? Because we know that during summer there is thermal expansion. So with the rise in temperature during summer, these rails expand and they fill the gap. So what would happen if there was no gap? If no gap is there in between the rails, what happens? They may bend due to expansion, and which may cause train accidents. So a gap is in between the rails, so that if they undergo thermal expansion during summer, they may get some space to expand. So these gaps provide them space to expand. So this is the gap in between. And when they expand, they fill this gap. If there is no gap, what happens? They will bend. And due to which what would happen? Train accident may occur. Now sagging of telephone and electric wires. We all know that telephone and electric wires are fixed between the poles and a little sag is left between them to allow contraction during winter. As we know, when the temperature decreases, there is contraction, and when the temperature increases, there is expansion. So during summer, when the temperature increases, the wires fixed between the poles expand. Due to this, the sag between the wires increases. During summer, the temperature rises, so the sag between the wires increases due to expansion. And during winter, when temperature decreases, the wires contract and the sag between the wires decreases. So during summer the sag increases and during winter the sag decreases. So a little sag is left between the wires and this sag increases due to thermal expansion during summers and it decreases due to contraction during winters. So if there was no sag left in between, what would happen? There would be a severe strain produced in the wires and there would be the breakdown of the wires. So it is very necessary to leave a little sag between the wires.